Your dog watches you more than you realize. Not just when you're holding food, not just when you grab the leash, but constantly, quietly, carefully. They notice the way you react under pressure, the tone in your voice when you're frustrated, the moments you lose patience, the moments you stay calm. And what most owners never realize is that dogs don't just observe human behavior. They study it every single day. Because to your dog, understanding you is survival. They need to know, are you predictable? Are you safe? Can they trust your reactions? And sometimes, the only way to find out is to test you. Not aggressively, not maliciously, but psychologically, in subtle ways most people completely miss. Test number 1, ignoring you on purpose. You call your dog once. Nothing. They hear you. You know they hear you. Their ears move. Their eyes react. But they don't come immediately. And that moment frustrates people more than almost anything else. Why are they ignoring me? But sometimes, your dog isn't ignoring you at all. They're studying your reaction. Do you become angry and silly? Do you raise your voice? Do you become unpredictable? Dogs constantly measure emotional consistency. Because stable reactions create safety. Unstable reactions create tension. And over time, your dog learns exactly what version of you appears under pressure. Test number 2, watching your emotions. Your dog notices your emotional state long before you speak. Before words. Before explanations. Before logic. They read movement, breathing, facial tension, energy shifts. That's why some dogs become unusually quiet when their owner is stressed. They're observing, adjusting, trying to understand whether the environment is emotionally safe. And sometimes, they intentionally approach you during these moments. Not only for affection, but to test something important. How do you respond when you're emotionally overwhelmed? Calm owners create calm dogs. Reactive owners create uncertainty. And dogs never stop collecting that information. Test number 3, taking your spot. You stand up for 1 second, and suddenly your dog is sitting exactly where you were. Most people laugh at this behavior. Some think it's dominance. Others think it's random. But often, it's something more psychological. Your space carries your scent, your warmth, your emotional presence. And when your dog takes that spot, they're not just choosing comfort. They're observing your reaction to closeness, boundaries, and trust. Do you react aggressively? Calmly? Playfully? Every response teaches your dog something about emotional stability inside the relationship. Test number 4, following you everywhere. Some dogs follow their owners from room to room constantly. Quietly, patiently, almost like a shadow. And while love is absolutely part of it, there's often another layer underneath. Observation. Your dog tracks your patterns every day. Where you go, how long you leave, whether you return calmly or unpredictably. Dogs are deeply routine-oriented animals. Predictability creates emotional security. So when they follow you, they're often monitoring consistency, not because they want control, but because understanding your behavior helps them feel safe. Test number 5, breaking rules when you're tired. Have you ever noticed your dog behaves differently? When you're exhausted, suddenly they ignore boundaries, push limits, test commands. That's not accidental. Dogs are incredibly sensitive to energy changes. They know when your focus is weaker, when your reactions are slower, when discipline becomes inconsistent. And in those moments, many dogs experiment with behavior, not out of disrespect, but curiosity. They're learning where the boundaries truly are. Because unclear leadership creates confusion, and confusion always changes behavior. Test number 6, staring at you silently. Sometimes your dog just stares at you. No barking, no movement, just eye contact, long enough to feel almost uncomfortable. Most people assume the dog wants food or attention, but prolonged observation often means something deeper. Dogs learn human patterns visually. They study tiny reactions, micro-expressions, emotional shifts. They're constantly asking themselves, what kind of emotional state is this human in right now? Safe? Calm? Tense? Unpredictable? And the more emotionally aware your dog is, the more intensely they observe you. Test number 7, how you respond when they need you. One of the biggest tests your dog gives you happens during moments most people ignore completely. Small bids for connection, a paw on your leg, sitting beside you quietly, following you into another room, looking at you after a stressful moment. These aren't always random behaviors. Sometimes your dog is checking emotional availability. Do you respond with calmness, irritation, indifference? Dogs build emotional trust through repeated patterns. And over time, your reactions become predictable to them. That predictability shapes the entire relationship. Final, your dog is learning who you really are. Every interaction teaches your dog something. Every reaction, every tone shift, every moment of patience or frustration. Your dog is constantly building an emotional map of you. Not the version you present publicly. The real version. The version that appears during stress, during pressure, during quiet moments no one else notices. And the strange part is, most dogs understand their owners emotionally, far more deeply than owners understand themselves. So the next time your dog does something confusing, pause before reacting automatically, because they may not be misbehaving at all. They may simply be learning who you truly are.